Now, we will explain about the properties of geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is known as a renewable energy source because heat is continuously produced inside the earth. The usage of geothermal heat was included for bathing, heating buildings, and generating electricity. For your information, heat for geothermal energy is produced by the radioactive decay of potassium, thorium and uranium in Earth's crust and mantle. It also produced when there is friction that generates along the margin of continental plates. The reservoir location for geothermal energy was located deep underground and largely undetectable from above ground. There were two methods that usually used to find the geothermal reservoir. 1. Drilling a well. 2. And test the temperature deep the underground. We also could see the geothermal energy on Earth's surface like hot springs, volcanoes and fumaroles. Fumaroles is holes in the Earth's where volcanic gases are released, and geysers. Did you know? There are 3 types of geothermal energy system. 1. Direct use application. 2. Geothermal power plants. 3. Geothermal heat pumps. Direct use application. Direct use application is defined when the heat from underground is used directly without any specialized equipment. While direct use application makes use of low-temperature geothermal sources which range between 50 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius. Direct use application usually used to warm single or numerous building or heat it from the central supply source. It also can heat the swimming pool, therapeutic spas, greenhouse, and agriculture pond as well as for cooking in an industrial application. For many of those applications and activities, hot water is often used directly in the heating system, but it may use a heat exchanger to transfer heat when there are problematic minerals and gases such as hydrogen sulfide mixes in the fluid. The properties of geothermal power plants were included. Geothermal power plant. Geothermal power plants use hydrothermal resources that have both water and heat. Geothermal power plants require high temperatures which from 148.9 degrees Celsius to 371.1 degrees Celsius. Hydrothermal resources then come from either dry steam wells or from hot water wells. People use these resources by drilling wells into the earth and then piping the steam or hot water to the surface. The hot water or steam powers a turbine that generates electricity. Some geothermal wells are as much as 2 miles deep. There are 3 types of geothermal power plants. It included dry steam, flash steam, and binary cycle power plant. Geothermal heat pumps. Geothermal heat pumps usually used directly in residential areas and large commercial buildings. The temperature of the earth 3 to 90 meters below ground is consistently between 7 degrees Celsius and 21 degrees Celsius. A heat pump uses the earth's constant temperature to heat and cool buildings. There are 2 systems in a geothermal heat pump. It is a closed and open loop system. Characteristic of geothermal energy in terms of structure and geothermal power plant and heat pump. Structure in geothermal power plants is included production well. Production well is used to pump hot water or steam on the earth to the surface. Next, flash tank. The flash tank is used in a flash steam power plant and it has low temperature and pressure that cause the hot water to flash or vaporize into steam. Third, heat exchanger. It used in binary cycle power plants. It contains a second liquid, isobutane. Hot water from the production well will heat the second liquid to form hot steam. Fourth, the turbine. Turbine and generator. The steam will rotate the turbine and the rotation from the turbine will activate the generator to generate electricity. Lastly, injection well. It used to pump back cool water into the earth. The structure of the geothermal heat pump was included firstly, in closed-loop system, Pipes that contain water or antifreeze mixture circulate through a loop of pipes underground. Open loop pipe for open loop system and heat pump. Now, we will explain the types of geothermal power plants and how it's working. Dry steam power plant. It uses steam directly from the geothermal reservoir to turn generator turbines and generate electricity. The first geothermal power plant was built in 1904 in Tuscany, Italy, where natural steam erupted from the earth. Flash steam power plant. It takes high-pressure hot water from deep inside the earth into a flash tank. In the flash tank, it has low pressure and temperature. The sudden change in temperature creates steam which can drive generator turbines. When the steam cools, it condenses to water and is injected back into the ground to be used again. Binary cycle power plant. It transfers the heat from geothermal hot water to the second liquid, isobutane, in the heat exchanger. The heat causes the second liquid to turn to steam, which is used to drive a generator turbine. The differences between three types of geothermal power plant. The figure showed the differences between the three types of geothermal power plants. In terms of structure, dry steam power plants have production well, turbine, generator, and injection well. For the flash steam power plant, there is an addition of a flash tank which was located between the production well and turbine. While for the binary cycle power plant, the addition of a heat exchanger that contains a second liquid. The temperature of the geothermal fluid for the dry steam power plant is between 180 to 300 degrees Celsius. For a flash steam power plant, the temperature of the geothermal fluid is required greater than 182 degrees Celsius. The binary cycle power plant is between 107 to 182 degrees Celsius. The state of geothermal fluid for the dry steam power plant is in hot steam, while for flash steam and binary cycle power plants is in hot water. Air emission from the dry steam power plant and flash steam power plant contains carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide. While in a binary cycle power plant, there is no air emission except water vapor. In steam production, dry steam power plant, steam is piped directly to the condenser. For the flash steam power plant, hot water piped at high pressure into the low temperature of the flash tank and steam is produced. In a binary cycle power plant, hot water piped into a heat exchanger and heat the second liquid to produce steam. Geothermal heat pump. There are three types of closed-loop systems such as horizontal, vertical and perpendicular. Underground pipes circulate liquid that is heated or cooled by the earth. The liquid is then transferred via an exchanger to heat or cool the structure. For an open-loop system, water is taken directly from a source and into the heat pump. It is then recycled back out into the same source. The differences between the open-loop system and the closed-loop system. The figure shows the differences between open and closed-loop system in terms of the type of underground pipe, heat transportation, types of heat pump and its figure.